Knitting. The first step of knitting is casting on stitches. There are many different ways to cast on stitches, but the first one always involves making a slip knot. To make the slip knot, take your thread. This is the short end and that's the long end, which is attached to the yarn, the ball. Wrap it around your fingers to make a loop. Take the short end under, behind, then inside through the loop. This makes a knot that if you pull on the long end, the loop will get smaller, or you can very easily enlarge the loop, and you can put it on the needle and pull it tight for your first stitch. To do that again, make the loop, cross the short end over, pull it around behind it, then up and through the loop. See that loop there? Pull it through the loop. There's your first stitch. Now my method for making additional ones is to take the thread and wrap it around your thumb and first two fingers, holding the thread underneath the second two fingers. I'm holding it enough to give it some control, some resistance. Okay, flipping my hand over like this. Going to go over the thumb thread and up under the one that runs between the finger and the needle. Making a loop and then pulling it off the fingers. Around the fingers, flip it over, over the one that goes between the thumb and forefinger, and under the one that runs between the third finger and the needle. That's 3 stitches. Flip it over, four stitches over that thread, under the next one, makes a loop, over, under. Just make the loop, flip it over, go over, it's kind of the top thread once you flipped it over, under the bottom thread, and makes a stitch. And you do this for the number of stitches. You do not need to pull them way tight, just tight enough to make them fit the needle, but not so tight that they're jammed on tight. You don't need to do that. In fact, it's kind of better if they're a little bit loose. It's one thing about knitting, you do not need to pull it tight. Okay, how many stitches do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's go for an even number. And that's how you cast on the first row.